The last cycle we're going to look at is the phosphorus cycle. Now, for the phosphorus cycle, unlike the previous two, most of the phosphorus that is in the organic form before we take it into our systems is found in rock. Okay? Now, phosphorus is extremely important because it is used to control the growth, or is a limiting factor in the growth of aquatic organisms, because it's found in cell membranes. We use it as part of our energy currency. And in us humans, we use it to make our bones and our teeth, and other organisms that have these. It's also used in the exoskeletons of insects. So it has a lot of usages by organisms in an ecosystem. The one that we're going to look at later on is the fact that it limits the growth of aquatic organisms. And if there's too much of it, it leads to a process called eutrophication. Now, as I stated, the phosphorus is found in the rocks. And what happens is through weathering and other factors, we break it down into a form that biotic organisms can take up. Okay, and this occurs through weathering. And then it will then be part of the biotic component of an ecosystem, and it could stay there for a long time, but eventually it's returned to the rocks. And then we have to then go through the cycle where we have uplifting again, weathering to break it down, and then organisms take it up. So there's a long-term geologic component of the phosphorus cycle that involves the formation of sedimentary rocks, uplifting, and weathering. But then there's the short term as well, where it stays in the biotic component of an ecosystem. Okay, so our ultimate source, or the long-term storage, is in rocks, and we have weathering occur so that it's then in the soil or water. This allows plants to take it up, which animals then can consume. Decomposers will then break them down, and then it's back in the soil so that plants can use it. And this can go on for a long time. And likewise, we can have weathering where it will go in the water. Aquatic plants will take it up, or algae. Our aquatic animals can then consume it. Our decomposers will break it down. It'll be in the water again. We can have it go from the soil into the water through runoff. But ultimately, from the water, we then have the formation of sedimentary rock, which causes for the long-term storage of our phosphorus.